Look at the skyline of modern Bhubaneswar. It's a dense, sprawling urban center in Odisha, and exactly the kind of rapidly growing environment where complex crimes take place. Contrast that with the ancient temples scattered across the exact same region. You have thousands of years of heavy stone architecture sitting shoulder to shoulder with modern development. Just on the outskirts of this contrast lies Balianta. Recently, this specific area has been tied to a series of high-profile murder cases that have dominated local conversations. There is a massive gap between public conversation and professional investigation. Public awareness provides general information, a vague sense of an event, whereas actionable intelligence requires verified specifics. Knowing a murder happened in a specific district is an investigative liability on its own. Without verified evidence, geographical context acts as little more than elevated rumor. Right now, this is the current state of the Balianta case file. It is a completely blank database interface. No local documents, no incident reports, zero data. For an investigator, this empty state creates logistical paralysis. You can't verify timelines, cannot check alibis, or map out motives when you have absolutely nothing to reference. Progress requires facts. To move forward, we have to use a structural methodology to acquire raw data and import it into the system. We begin with primary grounding. This is the process of replacing local rumors with 3 specific categories of source documents. This diagram illustrates the process. We start with news reports. These establish a baseline public timeline. Next, police briefs inject law enforcement perspectives, attaching operational facts directly to that timeline. Finally, legal documents verify the judicial facts, locking that timeline into a rigid reality. An investigator only transitions from passive awareness to active truth-seeking when this exact trinity of documents is assembled. Identifying which documents we need is only half the process. We still have to acquire them to populate the empty file. We use a protocol called fast research. This is a systematic scraping of the latest public reports and articles tied to the Balianta case. As we locate articles, we import the raw documents directly into the investigator's active source panel. Importing these files transforms the previously empty database into an interconnected analytical tool, where individual entries map across the entire collection. Fast research functions as a capture mechanism, securing scattered data for permanent accessibility and measurement within the investigation. With the source panel fully populated, the entire nature of the investigation shifts. We no longer have to rely on vague chatter about what might have happened in Balianta. We now have hyper-specific data points, names, dates, exact locations, and forensic details. This diagram shows how we generate grounded answers. Notice how the vague statement on the left begins to dissolve into static, while the specific claim on the right is supported by 3 unbroken lines extending from our source documents. Those citations act as an intellectual tether. They hold the data in place and prevent the investigation from drifting back into assumption. Investigating any high-profile case demands this rigorous data importation phase before a single hypothesis can be safely formed. True investigative clarity is the result of the deliberate, mechanical act of moving from an empty notebook to a fully cited reality. The stage for the actual murder investigation